Hey, it's Chris here, and thanks for joining me on this project, the Tamiya Ford Mustang GT4. And this is, let's face it, one hell of a kit. If you haven't built it, I cannot recommend this kit highly enough. This is my second rodeo. It won't be my last one either. It's such a fantastic kit. Now, I will be honest, this video is going to be short and sweet. When I was actually working on this project, I took very little footage, media, content, because do you know what? I was so just enjoying the build, the process, just being stuck into it. I forgot about, taking videos and little pictures and this and that and whatever else during different processes and steps. I just cracked on. I worked through it. It's taken me 2 weeks to build this project, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's quite a bit of a mojo build, to be fair. I've built it, I've enjoyed it. I'm feeling a bit of mojo back. There is pros to it, there's cons to it. Those cons are my fault, not the kit's fault, but irrelevant. We'll get into that. But first of all, let's look at the finished GT4 Mustang. And there it is. So there we have it. I've zoomed the camera in so we get a bit of a better look at it, and let's have a talk over it. So as you can see, it's quite strikingly bright on one side and quite dark on the other. My idea for this was to get the Advan livery down. For the Advan on the side and the tyre markings, and on the front bumper, I've used some zoom on Advan decals. The back, I used the zoom on masking sheets from the masking set. I can actually show you what these do look like. I do have an unopened set just here. So the zoom on, by the way, these have been purchased. These wasn't, it's not a sponsor, these have been purchased. So this is the set you get. Problem is with that, I'm not going to use half of those. Like, this is a brand new one. I'm going to use the two big ones, probably use some of the tie markings, probably use a couple of the small ones if I just cut the Advan off. But that's about it. So yeah, I mean, they're good, but for me, there's too much for me for what I need. And less is more. I mean, this is just it's better looking than the single colour. It's adding a bit more technicality to the paintwork. Not a huge amount, but it's just, it's a bit extra. But I don't like to go mad. This is just nice, simple, subtle, and I think it comes off pretty well. And this is the masking sheet. So this is actually made for, I do believe, the Ken Mary Skyline. But it still works. You can still adjust it and whatnot. So obviously you've got your roof triangular masking tape. Then you've got obviously one side for each side. So obviously the lines match. I just made a pig's ear of it because I'm terrible at masking. Even with the masking set, I'm still terrible. But anyway, let's look into the build. So yes, it is fully assembled. There is no sort of shell off interior, blah blah blah. I just got stuck into it, and then we just worked through it, and we just got it finished up. So for the back fluorescent yellow, I decided to go with Mr. Colours fluorescent yellow. Simple as that, over a white primer base, and it just absolutely stands out. It's exactly what I wanted. Typically on an Advan livery, you tend to get part of the front bumper, but with this, because you've got that the sort of nose cone, I didn't want to separate it. And I saw a picture online of, I think it was a die-cast model, which was black and red with a red splitter, and I was like, I like that a lot, so I went with the fluorescent yellow splitter. And the black, it is Pro Scale Deep Black, because I wanted not only the fluorescent yellow, I wanted the complete opposite of a deep glossy black. And as you can see from the reflections, it is pretty deep and it is pretty glossy. That Pro Scale 2K paint, as always, absolutely shining like a beauty. Ignore the fingerprints. However, I did have some issues from obviously the steps in the paintwork. I must have missed some bits of debris. It might even be adhesive or something from masking tape, I'm not too sure. But when laying the clear coats down around the stripes, around where the tape was, there has been some contaminated areas where it's left like little mini craters. So when sanding that back, obviously I've gone through some of the paint. Yeah, it's me just being honest. I'm an honest builder, and I'm always telling you guys I'm honest, absolutely. So little bits of paint burnt through. So yeah, I was a little bit gutted, but it is what it is. Irrelevant. There is some more issues, but we'll talk about them afterwards. Because I just want to tell you, like, when I finished this, I must have sat there for about 5 minutes and just looked at it, and I was so happy with how this has, ended up. Super happy. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the headlights just here, I didn't want to go fluorescent yellow because it just wouldn't look right. But what I've done is I've used some clear yellow, so it focuses in, and then behind that clear yellow, I've got some chrome sticker sheet that you tend to get with Aoshima kits. So it's that stuff there. So when the light's on it, it does give off the yellow. Same again, the fluorescent flew onto the calipers. The discs, they were painted in Tamiya dark iron, and then I've just used some AK markers for the silver and the gold bits. So really happy, really happy. The white windscreen sunstrip, that's just a bit of white vinyl tape, and then the decal, it does say Kit Builder Chris. Many thanks to GSG Models for knocking those up for me. In the back, so the hardest bit about this kit is painting the back lights, because you've got the surround, like the black, but then you've got the lenses where you need to leave them cleared. But scale model Gaz, he had a great technique. A little strip of tape and then some liquid mask covered those in. Now I went with the smoked look. I just quite like the smoked look. I did it on the Mark V Super, smoked those back lenses. I do it on quite a lot of builds. I just much prefer it over sort of red lenses, and I think for this it works. It ties in with the bodywork well. And this is 100% parts wise kit build. There's nothing extra, nothing additional plastic wise. Obviously just the decals and some of the paint. On the seat, you're not going to be able to see it really, but I used the Pro Scale textured black paint on the seat. Same again on the steering wheel. I've got the Scale Riders decal in the back window. So yeah, we've got some underneath. It's a bit of detail, to be fair. It's pretty decent. It's on this rare subframe. AK play markers on the swing arms just there. The exhaust pipes. I ain't gone into town on detail. I haven't done all the titanium staining and this and that and everything else. Just painted them silver. That'll do for me. The gold and the silver underneath. That is again play markers. The gearbox, bottom of the engine. Yeah, can't get my words out. But that as well, the rear drive. We've got those painted in flat aluminium, and then just want some Tamiya panel line accent over those. The prop shafts, we've got those in AK marker brass, I think it was. But the fitment is just fantastic. The way this kit goes together is just phenomenal. I mean, like the wing mirrors, they just clipped in, they're not even glued on. Everything has got like tabs. It's like the headlight lenses. Let me turn this around. It's like the headlight lens. It might be like a big tab just there, so you don't have to glue that direct onto the plastic. You can put it in place and then secure the tab that'll hold it in place. And then lenses go behind. It's just everything. It's just the way things fit. Every item has a tab, and that tab is away from the surface, so you can use super glue. It's absolutely fine. And like I say, when I finished this, I sat there and I looked at it and I just absolutely loved it. Love the way it looks. I love the super bright fluorescent yellow against that deep black. Over the moon. Now there is issues with it. I've already pointed out the issues I had with the contaminated paint on the clear coat. I wasn't stripping that, so that was an issue. Another one was me being a bit haphazard. When I was fitting the fence, I put some glue on the underside and I just fluffed it and it kept slipping, so you can sort of see where the glue's just come through. The paintwork's not perfect. I mean, I've been manhandling it. Obviously it's been outside, we've had some photos, it was raining, so there might be a little bit of whatnot on there. It's been to and from work, so we are, a bit mucky. Like I said, the paintwork, I didn't get a great finish on the roof and the bonnet. I don't know what happened, I'm not sure, but I sanded it back, polished it up best I could, and we've just gone from there. But yeah, that's it really. Like I said, the issues I had was the paintwork, my fault. The glue bits, my fault. The burning through, it's my fault. None of that is the kit's fault. The fitment was fantastic. Actually, what I'm going to do, I've actually got the instruction book close to hand. So what we'll do is we'll have a look through this, and I'll just point out some of the things I'm on about with regards to the fitment and how good it really is. Typical Tamiya, you know, you go through it and it's all laid out very nicely. I do recommend, if you can, fit the roll cage as per the book. I glued together, cemented the roll cage together before fitting. Now, if you glue the whole roll cage together before fitting, it's very tight getting the dashboard in. So I actually cemented it all in, got it all set, then painted it up so there's no sort of seam lines. But trying to get that in was a nightmare. I had to really bend it, and I nearly snapped it, so that was my own fault. So if you can see here, I don't know how well you can tell, obviously this is upside down, but that's got tabs, and you can see underneath the bonnet, the hood, the lips where that'll rest on. So that, again, these contact points are away from the surface, unless you're like me and make a mess of it by slipping and pushing it around. The exhaust tips fit onto the back of the bumper, really, really nice. The rear lenses, as you can see, the tabs, so you put that in place where you can see the tabs that are sitting there. So I literally put that in place, and then I super glued on the edge, and it just held it in place. And then once that was on, the chrome part goes again, that goes on, and you can see like this little socket there that fits over there. So I put that on, just some super glue on the edge, super glue on the edge of it there, and it fitted beautifully. That bit, that front sort of bit of aero, I did glue that on. I just a little bit on the lip there, and a little bit on the inside of there. But these canards, they've been fitted loose. They actually take them off. Now we've got the headlight lenses. So as I explained, the little lip, can you see this lip just here? So that fits into this little gap just there. So like I say, you can put that into place, and then once that's in place, you can fit just there. And then once that's the lens is in, you can put the housing on. Masking tape set, well laid out. And again, the fitment is just, it's brilliant. It really, really is. Everything about this kit, it is one of the best kits, if not the best kit for fitment I have ever worked on. This is build number 115, I think it is. And I built it twice. The last time I built it, I was using spray cans, so we're probably looking at about 4 years ago. I thought it was a fantastic kit then. It had not long been out, actually. And do you know what? I built it again this time. I still feel the same. I still feel this is one of the best kits you will ever build. Even if you don't like the Mustang, even if you don't like GT4 cars, if you want a really nice fitting kit, this one is for you. Again, the wheels, the way the front bumper goes on, that's one thing I didn't show you actually, the front bumper, the way the front bumper fits. If I can find that. So again, yeah, so you can see here, sometimes you get a little tiny tab. Look at the size of them. And the big tab on the front. So that pops on. So that slides on, pops on. Honestly, genuinely, I cannot wax lyrical about this car enough. If you want a nice fitting kit, I strongly recommend this. It comes with, I think it's a Goodwood of Festival Speed or something, bit of a livery. But you could do all sorts. There's so much out there. I've seen so many different race liveries, aftermarket sets. You could do it single colours. There's so many great things you could do. Now this one was actually part of the Sprue Addicts support group, Mustang Build Off. Now, there's been, I think, 5 or 6 of us. It was organised by Ian 124 Rally. Definitely go check him out. Check his Mustang out. And we've also got a scale model Chris. We builds, GSG models, Michael scale model builds, and scale model Gaz. We've all been building the Mustang, and to say it's just one kit, to see it turn out in so many different ways, it's just fantastic. But yeah, you can catch all those guys over on Instagram. And so yeah, one Tamiya Mustang GT4 and one very happy kit builder Chris. So there we have it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. It turned out a little bit longer than normal actually, this video, than what I was expecting. And yeah, again, if you just wanted to look at something that's really nice to fit in together, there's no engine, but who cares? This is going to go in a display case. It's going to go on the side. I'm not bothered. Don't bother me. There's no engine. You can obviously, if you wish to, I'm sure you'll be able to find one on, you know, printable or something like that, or scratch build your own. Entirely up to you. But yeah, this is my Mustang GT4, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and all the best.